Well, hello, sinners. How are ya? Last week, I posted a video about an anti-mask Karen who decided it was a great idea to cough on innocent shoppers and claim that she couldn't wear a mask because of medical reasons. But she was healthy enough to commit an act of bioterrorism. Figure that one out. Long story short, she got fired from her job, and instead of taking any sort of accountability, she blamed social media and Antifa for her downfall. I'm just as confused as you are about that part. But I'll put a card in the corner if you would like to watch the whole video. This week, however, we're gonna switch things up a bit. Instead of talking about an anti-mask coughing Karen, we're gonna be discussing a male Karen. He's not just any male Karen. He's a Christian male Karen. There is a difference. As I was preparing this video, I didn't know if there was an official name for male Karens. I'd heard of Kevin, Ian, Richard. Pain in the ass, I think, works just fine. But we'll be taking a look at a story that's gone viral on TikTok over the past couple weeks. This story starts off with a young lady named Mia who went to a beach in North Colorado with her group of friends over Labor Day weekend. And while they were sunbathing, this Christian male Karen approached them unprovoked, might I add, and harassed them for wearing bikinis at the beach in front of his children. Mia posted 2 videos to document the encounter, and people on TikTok went crazy. So we're gonna watch both videos, I'll share my thoughts, and then we'll discuss the repercussions right after. Before I begin, I would just like to make a disclaimer and say that this video is not meant to generalize all Christians. I understand that 90% of Christians just want to practice their faith in peace, and I respect and support that. The reason why I'm talking about this specific Christian man is because I feel like he's using his faith as an excuse for his misogynistic beliefs. Now that I made that disclaimer, let's hope Christians don't rip me a new one in the comments. But with that being said, let's roll the clips.
Okay, so then why do you dress this way?
Dude, I'm hot and I like women, so please leave us alone.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt right away, but that was the absolute perfect response to him. And honestly, the conversation should have ended there, but alas, it doesn't.
Take young.
I'm at the beach in my bathing suit.
Yep, that's a thong and that's a bra.
That's a bathing suit.
Take young eyes into consideration. They don't need to see pornography right in
We're
front of
not
their
coming
eyes.
up to you.
What does he expect women to wear at the beach? A parka? You know what, that's it. I'm putting my foot down. Moving forward, bathing suits will not be permitted at public beaches. You can only wear an inflatable Among Us Halloween costume. You don't like it? Then don't go to the beach. You can commit pornography in your own backyard.
Coming up to you, bothering you, please go away.
You're flaunting your stuff.
I'm not flaunting anything, don't look at me.
How you look around and you're the only thing that sticks out because your whole body's
Okay, well,
showing.
why are you looking at me?
Judging by the people behind him, there are a bunch of other families at the beach who seem to be fine and are minding their own business. Instead of focusing on his kids, who apparently he's so concerned about, he'd rather harass the group of young women behind him who had nothing to do with him or his family.
Close your eyes. What did you say? Gouge your eyes out if I bother you.
If you're wondering what Bible verse she's referring to, let me direct you to the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 9. And if your eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with one eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into the fire of hell. You're a man of God, so what are you waiting for?
I asked you to talk to me.
Here's the thing.
You
didn't, but here's the thing. There's free will in America. There's freedom of speech.
Here we go with the freedom of speech. It's always the freedom of speech. A lot of people like him don't actually understand the meaning of free speech. Freedom of speech means that you can say what you want and not be arrested within certain parameters. Obviously, if you yell fire in a crowded movie theater, then you can and should be arrested. A lot of people, such as this guy, interpret this as an excuse to harass marginalized groups under the guise of freedom of speech, and they don't expect to get any pushback. Or if they do receive pushback, they call the groups that they're targeting sensitive snowflakes for not tolerating discrimination. So while technically he does have the freedom to express these views, that doesn't mean he's exempt from receiving the consequences of his actions.
And if men of God don't stand up, then our society's gonna go down the drain because there's no morality.
I'm atheist, sorry.
Yeah, same.
As a man of God, I've been called to let you know that you're a f***ing slut. And you have to listen to me, because I'm a man, and so is God.
Okay, that's if you're an atheist, that doesn't mean you have to, show your body off. You can still put clothes on.
Oh, I can't with you.
But they have clothes on. They're grown women who decided to wear bikinis to the beach. You, sir, are the one making it weird and sexual.
I can't.
I'm speaking truth.
Me when I'm lying.
Your body will never ever satisfy.
Please.
The physical never ever satisfy. There's a longing in each of your hearts to actually be seen. The reason why you're showing your body, because you're like, am I pretty enough?
We're definitely pretty enough. Thank you, guys.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yes, please leave us alone.
Just next time you come to the beach and there's young eyes, take that into consideration.
It's funny because this actually translates to, I am a Christian man with an inflated sense of self, but I'm going to use God and my children as scapegoats to project my perversion onto a group of young women. There, I fixed that for you.
What are you talking about? You're shirtless. You're not saying shit to them. Yeah, what are you fucking talking about?
You're gonna go bother that man now?
Yeah, go.
Move along.
That's a lot different.
How is
that because he has a
Oh, that makes sense. I forgot that modesty only applies to women. You think after making several videos about Christians, I would finally pick this up by now. Unfortunately, this encounter is far from over because we're about to dive into part 2. So, buckle in.
It's not even a bathing suit anymore.
What would you like me to wear? What would you like me to wear?
What do you consider a bathing
A
suit?
one piece, literally. or a two piece, or something like this that's actually modest, because you don't need to be showing your body.
Please just leave us
Please
alone.
leave us alone.
How can he criticize these young girls for wearing bikinis to the beach when one of the women he came with is also wearing a bikini? I don't think self-awareness runs in this family. But let's try to understand this guy's logic for a second. So if bikinis are considered to be bras and thongs, then are swim trunks considered to be boxers? If that's like the narrative we're going with? Or is that not the case because he wants to sexualize everything a woman does?
There's gonna come a day when you're gonna come face to face with God. And he says it's better for
Did you know
milk.
God says do not
He
judge?
said it's
Thou
he
shalt
said-
not judge.
God will reprimand these young women for wearing bathing suits to the beach, but he will ignore this guy being a creepy, misogynistic jerk.
Huh?
What about thou shalt not judge?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Why are you judging?
What do you
I'm
mean?
not judging you.
Yes, you.
As a man of God, you'd think that he'd know that God calls Christians to not judge others. It's almost like he's weaponizing the Bible to justify his outdated misogynistic beliefs. Who could have seen that coming? But to make the situation even worse, the lady in the bikini decided that this was her moment to chime in. But let's see if she stands up for these women.
Hold on. This isn't productive. I have children and I know you guys care about kids.
I do. Can you tell him to leave us alone? He just came up to us unprovoked, please.
Looks like he's going away.
Okay.
But I want you guys to think about the fact that what you guys are doing here does matter to kids. And I think you all know that.
Strangers aren't responsible for raising your kids, ma'am. First of all, these women aren't doing anything wrong. They're literally sitting on the beach, as 99% of beachgoers do. Kids aren't gonna have sexual thoughts when they see someone in a bathing suit because they're kids. Most of them don't know what sex is. So not only are you putting sexual thoughts into your children's heads, but you're also teaching them that women's bodies are inherently sexual, which is not the case at all.
And it does matter what you guys wear. Not because of even what he said, but because you need to value yourself. If you're valuing yourself, that's the important thing. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
How is wearing a bathing suit not valuing yourself? Where's the correlation there, ma'am? You know what's an example of not valuing yourself? When you and your jackass husband decide to harass a group of teenagers on the beach. Pathetic. So Mia posted both videos on her TikTok, and within less than a day, not only did she and her friends go viral, but users also found the identity of this godly man in question, and his name is Logan Dorn. Mia and her friend Maddie posted a follow-up TikTok to thank everybody for the support and to explain what happened after Mia stopped recording.
Yes, we would like to clarify that most of us had just turned 18, so that is our ages. We are in Fort Collins, Colorado, not Utah. Too many of y'all's assumptions.
There were 9 of us there.
Mm-hmm.
We could have been minors. He did not ask for our ages. Maddie and I are both 5 feet tall.
We look 12.
Yeah. And he did not care. He came up to us unprovoked. His child wasn't looking at us. She seemed confused the whole time.
Maddie then described how the lady in the bikini, who is actually Logan's fiance, tried to scare the group of girls by saying that a group of men was taking pictures of them, which turned out to be a complete lie.
The polka dot lady, Mrs. Minnie Mouse, she lied to us. She said that there were men taking pictures of us. There weren't. And she was trying to scare us, and it was really weird. And she was also being
This was unfortunately after I stopped filming.
Yes.
But she was basically trying to justify him coming up to us and asking us to cover ourselves because pervy men were taking pictures. But she did not come up to us to discuss pervy men. She just wanted to shame us.
Yes.
So a lot of people online got mad at Logan for shaming a group of teenagers for absolutely no reason, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because Mr. Freedom of Speech over here is not also Mr. Freedom of Consequences. Logan's employer, Mighty Hand Construction, who is also a Christian company, mind you, caught wind of the situation, and you guessed it, Logan was fired. But let's read more about the aftermath. Logan Dorn, who first came to the internet's attention when one of the women posted footage of his harassment on her TikTok account, defended his actions by claiming he was filled with righteous anger and a boldness of the Holy Spirit. In a TikTok he posted to tell his side of the story, Dorn confirmed the 18-year-old's version of events and justified his behavior by equating women's bodies with pornography, something he says destroyed him after exposure to it at a young age. According to Dorn, women's bodies being visible in public is damaging to everyone who sees them, especially children. He said he believes that by shaming women and telling them to cover up, he's acting in accordance with the will of God. After receiving considerable pushback, Dorn released another video in which he said that he had nothing to apologize for and objected to people berating him over his choice to berate a group of strangers for what they were wearing. He even speculated that continuing to harass women, though he doesn't recognize it as harassment, for not dressing according to his faith-based preferences might be his divine calling. Great. He says that more godly men are needed to police women's clothing choices in what he believes to be a corrupted world. Afterward learning about Dorn's actions at the beach, Mighty Hand Construction, which cites Christian principles and foundations on its website, launched a same-day investigation. The investigation resulted in Dorn's immediate termination, the company said in a statement posted on Facebook. Mighty Hand Construction does not condone Logan's behavior in the videos, nor do his actions reflect our values as a company, the statement said. Mighty Hand strives to be a place of business where all are treated with utmost respect and acceptance, and actions by our employees which go against those values will not be tolerated. Since being fired, Dorn posted another TikTok with a text statement accompanied by Christian worship music about standing strong in the face of storms. In the statement, he reaffirms his belief that he acted in accordance with God's wishes, stating that he will continue to stand for Jesus and the gospel. "I will continue to fight for truth, righteousness, purity, and hold the line," he wrote, adding a promise to respond to the women at the beach as well as the whole world soon. I wanted to pull up all the TikToks mentioned in the article, but unfortunately Logan did go private and has yet to accept my follow request. I'm shaking and crying as we speak. However, the internet never forgets, because someone on Twitter reposted one of his TikToks.
I'm not going to apologize. I'm just going to say I'm going to continue to stand on the truth. I'm going to continue to stand on the word of God. Our society is on such a downcline of morality. Pornography and lust is at an all-time high. People, don't even know their gender anymore. People don't even know. They can go from, if they're born a male, they can be a female. If they're born a female, they can be a male. Society's really jacked up. And I'm going to continue to stand on the word of truth. I'm going to continue to speak truth and be bold no matter the consequences.
According to the same person on Twitter, Logan took down all of his videos and posted an apology. Unfortunately, I don't have the whole apology on hand. However, here's an alleged screenshot from this apology. So what are my thoughts on him getting fired? Tough shit. If you're gonna sexually harass someone, let alone a group of people, then you deserve every consequence you get. Also, using your religion as a shield for your misogyny and perversion gives Christianity a very bad name, and you're demonizing good Christians for absolutely no reason. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Did Logan deserve to get fired, or was he just following God's calling for him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to follow me on all my social media, and if you would like me to talk about anything in particular, I have a Google form linked in the description where you can send any potential video ideas to me. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, make sure to give me the smallest thumbs up possible. Really try it if you can, and subscribe down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye!